I'm James from SS8000 Cars, and we're in the McLaren. A couple of days after the GT3, if the truth be known, because with one thing and another, it took us a minute or two to get ourselves organised in terms of having Harry and Cara following us, taking the pics from outside, and also trying to schedule James because he was away for the weekend. So, exciting times. McLaren is now fully run in, unlike the GT3. Yeah, fully run in.
So we can push it.
So we can push it, except for the fact that really you should only ever push it on the racetrack. It's a very different car, this, isn't it, James, to the GT3?
It's a lot bigger. I'm actually quite spaced up here, except for the seat, which is actually, if I had a wider hip, I would be very uncomfortable right now.
Oh, well, it's meant to be tight.
Well, no, it's good for holding you in, but I can't imagine you have wide hips how you fit in this.
Well, that's exactly right.
Mine are on the limit.
But you've got plenty of leg room.
Oh yeah, no, tons. Does the seat move forward a bit?
No. Actually, you can. There is an option to have the seat move forward and backwards.
This seat's really hard, but for some reason it's more comfortable than the Porsches. I think it's the way it's shaped because it's got a nice back support here. Well, but it's harder, which is very strange. But I feel a lot more comfortable.
With the seats, they have 3 rake positions.
Oh, what, this?
Correct.
Oh, okay.
But they can only be amended, only be changed by McLaren.
Hands down, this is a better car.
Just because it's quicker.
Wow, it's everything about it.
Yeah, it's more your type of car. I mean, funnily enough, I very slightly prefer the GT3 when I'm just going somewhere and want to get in it quickly. I do find that this is a little bit of a palaver still to climb over the sills, and then this apparently is
It's not. I got in no trouble. Easy peasy.
Okay, I find it more problematic to get in than the GT3. I have to be honest. The GT3, the sills are much lower, but then of course if you sit on the sills, then it's not too bad. Don't know what happened there because they didn't touch. Oh,
sounded good.
These paddles, and I keep forgetting this. You can drop, although they've got plus and minus on them, which tends to mean use that one to drop a gear and that one to go up. You can also, they're rocker switches, so I can also go down a gear on that side as well. So what I did there by mistake was, although I thought I was pushing up, I must have flicked it down.
That's very clever, because that means when you have one hand on the steering wheel,
you can manage both sides.
Manage both gears.
Yep.
It's going up and that's ingenious.
I think that's clever as well.
Wow.
And then you can do the same here. See?
Yeah, that's very cool. Well, I'm guessing it's kind of not intuitive because they're opposite other side.
You have to think about it.
Yeah.
And obviously you saw what happens if you get it wrong.
It sounds good and it revs the car. Great noise.
Great noise. Okay.
So basically, do you think they put it there on purpose so that you'd accidentally rev the car? I think they did. I think that's the one reason they designed it.
They're damn clever, these guys at McLaren.
Yeah. It's not as noisy as the GT3 inside this.
Oh, I think it is. I think in some ways the road noise that comes... I think the suspension is more compliant.
Actually, I was about to say the suspension's harder than the GT3.
No, this has got trick suspension, so they're independently hydraulically controlled.
Doesn't mean they're still as hard. There's different kinds of hard.
Well, you see, basically we're in powertrain, we're in sport, so in other words the gearbox, and then in handling department, i.e. the dampers, we've got them set in the lowest possible setting, so they're at their most comfortable, which I think is truthfully is appropriate for the
how much harder does the suspension go?
2 notches. You've got sports and track.
Do it.
Not right the second time. Not on these roads. But it's a great experience to drive this. I mean,
Did you miss driving it?
I do miss driving. I enjoy this car, but I just don't think you could use this every day. I mean, it's just
that obviously not. It's a track car.
It's a palaver to use every day. But when you want to get the real highs of driving, I think this LT, the 675, because of course we've got a new 600 LT that's been announced, which was announced the other day, which is the long tail version of the Sports Series, which is the 570. And
they made the lights updated compared to this one, because this is the old design lights from the MP4.
Right.
Is it the MP4?
You're right, it is quite a hard ride. I'll take that.
Is it the MP4? No.
MP4 12C,
Oh, yeah, that's
which then became just the 12C.
Yeah. Well, so this is those kind of lights. Well, the new one has like the 540 lights.
Does it?
Or the P1 lights, you know, that kind of look.
Yeah.
So it's quite good.
Well, I think the 570s have always had that, hasn't it?
Does this have a super sport? Oh no, it doesn't need one actually. Oh, look how easy to access the launch button is. Just with a push of a finger.
It's not just push of a finger. You have to. I'm not quite sure how you use launch. I'll have to investigate that. But I think you press the button
and then you go. Where the scenery goes by so fast because the acceleration's going so quick. Oh my word! Woo! That was quite surreal.
Fast.
Yes, very fast. When you're doing that, how far down?
Well, remember I've said to you before that the level of acceleration is not necessarily controlled by whether you put it half down or 3/4 down or full down. But I'd say it was 2/3 down.
Okay.
Not all the way down, because I was scared of losing traction.
Yeah.
I mean, it is. We haven't had a chance to use the GT3, but I cannot imagine the GT3 will be anything like as fast as that.
No.
That is truly. I've always said this car was.
It's in its own world.
In its own world for a supercar, it really is. I mean, maybe not quite as fast as some of the hypercars, but wow, it is fast. You have to ask yourself whether you really do need to go faster, but people will always want to go faster. And I remember reading once in Autocar that the technical director of Ferrari, when he was asked, how fast do you expect these cars to go? Aren't they becoming too fast? And he said, never too fast as long as the driver has control.
Wasn't it he also said, well, someone asked him, can you have too much power in a car? And he said, as long as you can put it down, there's never too much power.
It may well have been the same statement, just put a different way, James. The other thing is, of course, we've got the wing in its up position to give us the downforce, but that obviously does affect the acceleration because it's acting as a drag.
Got it kind of in a setting where it looks like it's braking the whole time. You know, when you brake it, it goes creates a wind barrier.
Garish now.
Why is this sun visor? It's so short.
Yeah, and it goes the wrong way.
Useless.
You have to pull it towards you because that's counterintuitive as well. Well, it's not that useless. It's maybe not.
They expect you to buy McLaren sunglasses, do they?
I don't know.
It's that clever way. I also, you can see a lot more out the front of this. I think it's because it's lower.
It is, and it's deeper.
And it dips downwards as well.
See how low the screen is.
Yeah.
Gives you a slightly better view of the front of the car, although it dips away, doesn't it, James? I mean, you can't see it. You cannot see a thing.
Yeah. You know, even when you're driving normally, it just, when you went there, what you probably do, just 20 to 40, it just sounded nice, and it felt like you were going quickly even though you weren't. Sport, our track.
Interesting to see what the GT3 is like when it's fully running and how powerful it is, but it wouldn't keep up with us.
No way!
It's going to be like a fast GT4, the GT3, I think. Although the GT3 has an epic engine. You know, you can this is very much the difference between twin turbo v normally aspirated, isn't it? I think you get all the sounds and the pops and the cracks from the gearbox, and this engine sounds nice, but I think the naturally aspirated GT3 will sound absolutely unbelievable.
Yeah, but I mean, it's different because this just sounds like a race car, while the Porsche sounds like a very, very fast road car, even though it's meant for it's a track car as such. It sounds like a very, very fast road car. So the twin turbo in this makes it sound like it's souped up and it's like an actual racer.
Exciting though. The other thing is that I think there's a lot of development going on at McLaren. I mean, they're obviously really pumping money into new models, and the new models seem to be coming at a fair rate, because obviously we've just had the 600 LT. We've recently had the Senna. There will be the 720 was only brought to the Geneva show less than 2 years ago, and actually it's only been on sale about a year.
And they're saying the LT version's going to be coming along with that.
Yeah, the LT version will come along with that.
Well, they didn't necessarily say an LT version, they said a performance version of that will be coming along. I mean, it's most likely to be an LT, isn't it?
It is. I think so. And I think McLaren now confirmed that by calling the top version of the 570 series the 600 LT.
Yeah. How much does that cost?
It's about 35 grand more than standard cars, so about 85, I think.
Okay.
185,
no.
Excuse me. So 85 would be very good.
Those gear changes are so quick. I can hear you tap that, and then you can feel it almost instantaneously change. It's amazing, and when it changes, it does a jolt, and you're just like, oh!
It is an incredibly exciting car.
Man, I love this. I know you're driving. The best thing about it is that it just feels like it's capable of so much more. It feels like it's just, it feels like you're barely even touching upon its real capability.
I think you are tapping into the power.
Oh, this car would never bore you. Never.
No, I think even although we've had it coming on for 2 years now, you are quite right. You don't get bored, and I've been using the power this year quite a bit because we were at Blenheim Palace, we were down at Goodwood breakfast meet, and we went down to the Goodwood breakfast meet in convoy.
Yeah.
In a McLaren convoy, which is a video we'll put up fairly soon, and you just don't get bored of the power. You just don't get bored of the power.
I can see that. Why do they have speakers in this car? All you have to do is run these
top-end Meridian sound system.
Why?
What did you ask for? Well, you can't hear it when it's really going anywhere.
That's what I say.
Stay an Enzo or something close to that, then we're going to lose. But you're not likely to come across too much on the road where you.
It's just the thing is that when you're pushing your foot down, I can tell it has so much more to give. So much more.
Yeah,
and that felt fast enough.
Yeah, and I was only a quarter of the way down there. Yeah, so I take it you don't think that this is a car we should. That you think this is a car we should keep?
Yeah. Can you put it in the inheritance list for me?
I am quite looking forward to doing one of the McLaren track days. I think I will do it, my first track day at a McLaren event rather than on my own. Okay guys, well, I mean I think to an extent our breath was taken away slightly, so
I've been in this many times and my breath still gets taken away each time I get in the car.
Yeah,
there's no car where you go in it every single time and it still surprises you.
That's a fair comment.
You know, I go on in all your other cars and, you know, I start to understand the limits of them and can I get used to this one? I just can't get used to.
I know there are faster cars, but I can't imagine being anything going faster than that. It just is utterly astonishing.
Well, an actual race car.
Well, no, there are road cars. There are road cars that go faster than this, but I just can't imagine what that could feel like, because when I came,
compared to the GT3, it's left.
when we straightened up, whoops, when I straightened up on that country lane,
Yeah.
I could feel just very slightly my senses not going, but I could feel.
When he was going down that road, like the trees went by so quickly,
Yeah, the
I
trees
felt
just
like I was in
flashing.
like a simulator or something. I was like, oh my god, what's going on?
It's almost like a walk machine, isn't it? You're suddenly into hyperdrive, and it's gone. No, that just amazes me every single time I go out in it. It's when I'm using the throttle.
Yeah.
Ah, just incredible, just incredible. Yeah, well, guys, thanks for being with us. I hope you've enjoyed the 4 videos we're putting out here. The one of the cars on the drive, obviously the Panamera, the GT3, and to finish it all off, the 675 still takes my breath away. Thanks for watching, guys. It's Ian from SS8000 Cars signing off.